So DeSantis expected to campaign for Trump after the pair met in Miami. There was a meeting that took place. So Florida Governor DeSantis agreed to campaign on behalf of Donald Trump after the former president rivals met Sunday morning at the ex-president's looks to retake the White House. The two prominent Republicans met in Miami in an attempt to patch up the strained relationship. DeSantis is expected to raise money for the presumptive GOP nominee on the top of campaigning for him after his own Oval Office ambitions came up short. DeSantis, 45, suspended his campaign in January 2024 and quickly endorsed Trump over former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley while she was still in the race. But in a February phone call to supporters, DeSantis said that some Trump campaign staffers had an axe to grind against him while claiming the criminal indictments against the former president helped him curry sympathy after primary voters. So, Adam, thoughts on DeSantis and Trump having a meeting? What do you think this was over?
I'll just keep it super simple. DeSantis needs Trump way more than Trump needs DeSantis. I'm sure one of you guys is going to make a point of why this is advantageous for Trump. Trump's got Florida locked up. It's not a big deal. Trump needs to focus on the swing states and women because abortion is his biggest problem. I'm sure he'll gladly invite our governor's help and support and money and donors. I just don't understand why Trump actually gives a shit about Ron DeSantis at this point. That's my thought.
Why do you think, Tom?
Because Trump wins the presidency. We have a hurricane in Florida. We need federal aid will be needed. FEMA will be needed. These guys are ultimately on the same team, and they're going to have to cooperate with each other long term. It's not just about the election. If you want to play the long game here, you probably have to be sensible, shake hands, and play the game against the real enemy.
I love the tweet by the president when he goes, I'm very happy to have the full and enthusiastic support, not just regular support. He's enthusiastic. But and again, this goes back to, Donald Trump loving, loyalty. Yeah, somebody was in Ron DeSantis' ear, made him run. Obviously, huge mistake. But he's back. He's coming back in the fold. And Adam, you nailed it. He needs him. Donald Trump doesn't need anybody. Donald Trump just needs to pick a VP and go for the gusto and hopefully beat this deep state. But at the same token, he needs him way more, and he understands.
Just think about it. If DeSantis wants nothing to do with Trump or MAGA, what happens to his career? If Trump wants nothing to do with DeSantis, what happens to his career?
Yeah, of course.
And great governor. Respect
I love the guy.
But he needs Trump and MAGA way more than Trump even cares to even think about DeSantis. Hurricane
FYI,
or not.
Here's the part, though, when you think about this. So who gets more credit to hold this meeting? Do you give more credit? Because
1,000,000% Trump.
Okay,
yes.
I agree. Let me tell you also what I like about this. I love that they met. There's a part of me we can talk the fact that, well, this person needs this, that person needs this person needs this. DeSantis is 45. Well, the guy's he's got 35 more years of running to do, okay? He becomes a president. I don't know if, he paid attention to the part when I asked the question or not. DeSantis is a flag carrier. The only route he'll ever be a president is a flag carrier. DeSantis is not an alpha president. He's a flag carrier president. Those are two different things. You know what sucks about what I'm saying to you right now? Nobody wants to be known as that.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be known as that. Guess what? Rogan sells out what types of arenas?
Huge.
Everything.
What type of arenas? How many thousands of people? 15,000.
15 grand.
Okay, he sells out arenas.
Big time.
Schultz, Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Chappelle, football stadiums.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So now, there is levels to everything, right? When you think about this. There's levels to everything. Tim Grover was giving the argument about Michael Jordan and LeBron James. He says, have you ever heard about somebody collecting LeBron James shoes? You ever heard somebody talking about the fact that a LeBron James shoe was stolen and a guy goes back to take it back? How many stories do you hear about a Michael Jordan shoe that a guy goes back to get it because somebody stole it from him? A Michael Jordan sold this. A Michael Jordan, there's levels to the game. LeBron will never get there. He almost got swept by the Nuggets. And at the end of the day, he said what? It's just basketball.
Yeah.
It's just basketball. It's just a guy asked him a question. Are you going to be a Laker next season? Honestly, I don't want to answer that question right now. I was going to go spend time with my family and I'm going to do this. Michael wouldn't say stuff like that, right? There's a levels to the respect you want. DeSantis could make a hell of a flag carrier. And if he becomes a bigger flag carrier the next 4 years, guess what that means? The more you're going to get from Trump 4 years on, period. Ulysses S. Grant was never a politician. Ulysses S. Grant was an incredible general. He was a flag carrier to Lincoln. 8 years later, Ulysses S. Grant became a 2-term president. Boom. You go to every one of these guys you look at on who becomes the president, who becomes that. I'm happy I'm seeing this taking place. I don't know what role he's going to play. If you looked at the list of VPs, you know who was below Christie Noem for VPs? Vivek and DeSantis. You know what that means? Those two are not on the list at all. At the top of the list is one guy, Tim Scott. And I have my own thoughts on Tim Scott that I'm not going to be talking about on the podcast here. But Tim Scott is first, Tulsi second, Christie is on this list. The other list, Rob, is really the one you want to look at. Elise Stefanik, there's a bunch of them here, right? But we'll see. I hope DeSantis gets even closer and they do more stuff together. I do think the one benefit is DeSantis has a lot of the billionaires' money that he can go back to and say, hey, remember, he did his first Twitter Spaces with Elon Musk. That means Musk was hoping for a DeSantis.
Very true.
So you got to know he plays that role he can play there. So we announced the Manek contest to come have dinner with us at Casa D'Angelo and go have dinner. Rob, go to the Leaders Bulletin. Folks, if you want to see the Leaders Bulletin, just go to Manek.com, and all the way at the top, you'll see a Leaders Bulletin. Click on it. The video explains how to compete. It's whoever Maneks the most, both as experts, influencers, and those who ask others. As a user, you can compete on this, Rob. You can stay on that if you want. Just stay on that. Oh, you have the categories of where they are. But I want to see how many Manex people are doing, and then we'll go to that. So right now, if you look at this, new experts on Manek, lightweight, if you look at it, zoom in, Rob, Tulsi Gabbard has officially completed 72 Maneks that she has responded to, by the way, on Manek. Second place so far is Brandon Davis, then it's Santino Tostani. John Ray is competing, but he's fourth place, and he got the rest of the folks. Even Ryan Garcia's at seventh place, by the way.
I love it.
And by the way, I think he's responded to every single Manek he's gotten, and he responds in audio. So it's not like he responds. Rob, go to the other category for middleweight. If you look at middleweight, Fernando is still first place at 46. This is people that pre-announced in the contest. They were on here from April 16th. He's done 46 questions he's responded to. He's first place. He'd be invited to the dinner. Then it's Patterson, Tomo's third place. Look at the next.
Guys, get Kelly some next. Get her up there.
Kelly. Dame Dash is even on there at sixth place. Go to the last category. Heavyweight. First place is Dustin. Not even close. 138.
Dustin is
crushing
Calvin
it.
G, 77. Chris Cuomo, third place.
44.
And then you got everybody else. Now, Rob, go to home team. Go to home team. Who's dominating? Okay, dominating Vincent Oshana, 281.
Wow.
Then
Thank you, everybody. I love you.
Vinny.
Then it's Tom, 204. Adam, 75.
We're trying to catch up.
But I'll tell you guys here what's going on here in a minute with Vinny. Go down to the bottom with the people asking most questions. This is how you use Manekta, slowly but surely becoming the most popular networking app because 95% of the time the people respond to you.
Yeah.
You want an answer back? Pay for it. You want to be waiting for 3 months? DM somebody on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. If you're lucky for. By the way, the number of people getting back to you, if you DM them, is less than 3%. On some apps, is 1%. Manekta is 91 to 95%. Look at the people asking the most questions. Show that real quick, Rob. So in first place is who? Zoom in a little bit, Rob, if you could, for the Terrell Hall, 76. Eddie Gossaker, 71 questions he's asked other Manectors. Eric Link, 67. Very competitive, by the way, here. Now, go to the other side for people that have been using Manek.
Wow.
Pre-April, Dustin is asking questions. Ozzy, second place one. So far, it hasn't even been 2 weeks.
Jeanette.
And top three, they're all above 100. Jeanette Lahose, who comes to all the lives that we do, John Ray. Okay, so here's what I want to do, Rob. If you can go to all the QR codes, how many of you watching this, be honest, who here loves Vinny? Okay? Who here loves Vinny?
I do.
If you love Vinny, today is Vinny's birthday.
Good man.
Okay, tomorrow is birthday, but today's Mario, and tomorrow we're not doing a podcast tomorrow.
Yeah.
So listen, today, tomorrow, if you love Vinny, you want to wish him a happy birthday, go on here, Manek with him, send him some love, wish him a happy birthday. I'd like to see him get 200 plus Maneks today to cross 2,000. I'd like to see him get that. Send him some love. At the same time, you can Manek Adam, myself, or Tom. And FYI, for those of you guys that haven't yet started competing, download the app. Start connecting today. Right now, if it ended today, Rob, can you go to the flyer showing who the top people are right now? We're going to give away belts, by the way.
Really?
The lightweight champion would have been Tulsi if it's today.
Tulsi.
Okay, the middleweight champion would be Fernando if it ended today. Heavyweight would be Dustin. The home team would be Vinny. For new users, it would be Terrell. And for existing users, it'd be Dustin.
Doesn't have 2 belts.
He'd be having
We'd have two belts.
Listen, we're going to give it to him at Casa D'Angelo. Everybody at first place will be at the main table. Anyways, so there's a QR code at the top. Download it.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.